Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. All right, today's episode is answering the question, do you need a water-fed pole system for your window cleaning business? So, do you need it is relative to what you're doing. So, let's say you're only doing like 2-story houses and that's it, and not much commercial work. No gutter cleaning. No solar panel cleaning. Then I would say not really, because if you're just doing 1 story and maybe 2 stories and no commercial work above 2 stories, I don't really see the point to why you would need it, because you could most likely do all that faster doing traditional methods. So, but if, let's say, you're doing 2 stories and you're not comfortable with ladders, or you're doing 3 stories and up and you're doing commercial buildings, and you don't want to use a boom lift or something, or like it's not necessary, then yes, you'll need a water-fed pole system, because it's just going to be faster and it's going to be safer. So everyone is always talking about, do you need a water-fed pole or do you do traditional? You could always do both, but in my opinion, there's a time and a place for a water-fed pole system. So first is, what is a water-fed pole system? So what a water-fed pole system is, it converts and filters your water coming out of the spigot. You connect your hose to your water-fed pole system. Then that water gets run through a series of filters and resin, sometimes both, sometimes just resin. It runs through that, and then it comes out as pure water, should be reading 0 TDS. So that's basically the hardness of the water. So why you want pure water is because you want a spot-free rinse. So when you hose down your windows and you just let that dry, you're gonna get hard water and sunspots. Why? Because of all the material, all the calcium and all that kinds of stuff that's in the water. Depending where you're living, it's worse than other places. So here in California, I think that we have a TDS reading of like 250 or almost 300 or some shit. So obviously, I get a lot of calls from people like, oh yeah, I need my windows, I just hose them down and they have hard water. I'm like, yeah, no. The other way that happens is through the sprinkler system. Like sometimes their windows are too close to the sprinkler, so they get the mist or they get direct hit. So that's why you get the hard water state. Like, you could convert your whole home to filter or to pure water, but it's gonna run you a nice chunk of change. Like in my line of work as an executive chef, our dish machine runs pure water, because it's gonna affect the outcome of the dishes in terms of spottiness. So we have it runs through salt, and I believe sometimes it runs through salt pellets, or sometimes it runs through like a tank that has the resin in it. And if you've never seen that resin tank explode, that stuff is crazy. I had one kitchen where the guy that came to switch out the tanks didn't put the fitting on right, and man, I had never seen that before. It exploded from the nozzle, and man, that resin stuff looks crazy. It's just like, looks like sand. So, but anyways, so that's what a water-fed pole system is. Like I said, you just connect your hose, the customer's hose, to the input. You turn the water on. It shoots it through the filters and or resin or both. Then it comes out through your outlet, which in this case it could be a hose. It could be your brush, your pole thing, your pole, and now you clean the windows. A water-fed pole system can also be used in car detailing applications. If you've ever been to a self-service bay where you see the spot-free rinse, that's what that is. It's either a mixture of a chemical and pure water, or just pure water. So that's what that is. I've seen some detailers, they set up at their shop. One specifically, Hunter's Mobile Detailing, check him out on YouTube. He's having a tank of pure water that other detailers can come in and fill up their tanks with pure water to have pure water on board. So why should you get it for your system, for your business? One, because it will almost eliminate the need for ladders. So ladders, obviously, as you know, is a huge liability. You could be as safe as possible, but something can always happen where you could tip over, the ladder can give, especially like if you're using an extension ladder. If it's extended anyway, you know, it could give and slide back down, you know, whatever the case may be. It all can fail. So if you don't want to be on ladders, then you either have one or two ways. You either don't accept anything that involves a ladder, or you get a water-fed pole system. So how it works is the water is shooting out of the brush, and then it's hitting the window. And what you do is you scrub the window as you would with a traditional scrubber, and then to finish off the window, you basically fan it from left to right, the water dripping from left to right off the paint. And then it should, in theory, it should dry spot free. So that's why this eliminates the need to do scrubber and squeegee. You just scrub, rain the water down, and then that's it, and you move on. And so what this is, water-fed pole system, the pole itself can extend up to, I've seen Steve-O do a video of 90 feet. That sounds like you need some serious upper body strength to be holding that pole. I'm sure it's not light like the trad pole is. But yeah, so, I mean, I don't know how well the water pressure will stay at 90 feet. I mean, I guess it's fine because you can buy pressure washing hoses and garden hoses of 100 feet. So I guess it's fine, but still. 40 feet, because I think at those kinds of feet, you need a buffer tank like you do with the pressure washer, that if you want to run like anything above 4 gallons a minute, you need a buffer tank and pump system to pump out more water to achieve those higher gallons per minute. So I think anything above 40 feet, you need additional help for your setup. So anyways, like I said, the main reason you're going to get this is ladders, and you want to get more commercial work, because commercial work, you know, there's not that, depending where you live, there's most likely not that many high-rise companies. I think here in California, and where I live in LA, I think there's only like, maybe that I know of, is only like 2 high-rise companies. And I've never seen, even when I'm in downtown LA, I've never seen them work. Because there's a lot of buildings that are like maybe 4 stories that you can knock out with a water-fed pole system with 40, 50 feet. So that's why you would get that. So you can get those kind of high-ticket jobs right there. A water-fed pole system, like I said, you do have to set it up and, you know, put yourself in a position to use it. So it does have a little bit of setup and tear down. Like I said, I don't think it's that beneficial if you're doing like exterior only. Like if you're trying to just get jobs in and out, then yeah, you might as well go water-fed pole and just, like for me, right, my bread and butter is exterior only. I don't really do that much inside because I sell my service as exterior only, as the higher value. So I could be doing like 4 or 5 jobs in a day, and I can clear $1,000 in like 4 hours minus the drive time. So that's why I like exterior only. But yeah, so a water-fed pole system is very beneficial because it will speed things up depending on the job. Like if you're doing like just a 1-story, just outside only, like why even go through the hassle of setting it all up, managing your hoses and doing all that? I can knock out exterior only in like less than an hour. So it just all depends. Like I said, it's mostly better like if you're doing solar panel cleaning, you know, a water-fed pole system is really good for that. You could do it the traditional way, but it's a lot easier and less strain on you to just do it water-fed pole with a water-fed pole. And then, like I said, it's really good if you're doing a lot of not high rises, but, you know, above 2 stories. You know, that just get a really good extension pole and you're going to be good to go, and you don't even have to get up on a ladder, you don't have to rent a boom, you're good. And it also works really well if if your area has a lot of like historic homes or old-timey homes that have a lot of French windows. A water-fed pole system will definitely help you knock that out. Very fast-paced. I'll list below a bunch of different water-fed pole systems that I like. Right now, the 2 that I really like is the Ettore Aquaclean because of its small footprint and it's refillable. Like, the resin is super easy to change out. I mean, it's easy for everyone else's system, but this one, it's literally 2 bolts or something. I think it's like 2 bolts. The lid opens, you take the bag out, put the new bag in, close it, put the bolts back in, and you're done. Easy as that. It's very small and compact. I think it's only like 27 inches tall. So it's like a little short stubby thing. And then you have, you know, the XERO systems, which are, you know, long and slim. You know, those are good. You got the Unger systems. So, you know, there's a lot to look at. You know, right now, it just depends on your application and what you're using it for. I'm going to invest in one in the future. Right now, I don't need one because I don't get a lot of calls for solar panel. I don't do anything above 2 stories. I really don't even do 2 stories because I don't see any money lost. There's enough 1-story homes to go around. So I don't really care. I don't really use my ladder that often. So I don't really, and if I do have to do anything pretty high up, I just use my pole or I just pop the window out and get that done. So, you know, there's ways to work around it. You know, for me, my business, what makes sense for me is that I don't really care to do ladder work because ladder work is very exhausting. I did a lot of it the beginning months of when I started out. Because once I got my ladder, I was like, cool, I got more opportunities now. So I started taking on more bigger jobs, and man, the pay to the effort was not worth it. So that's why I don't really use ladders. I try to avoid it as much as possible. So that's why I'm gonna get a water-fed pole system. It obviously doesn't work if you're doing insides. If you gotta do high ceilings and stuff, you're gonna need a ladder. You can't use water-fed pole inside, obviously, for obvious reasons. But you can do poles and you can do ladders. So, but yeah. So, anyways, like I said, it's mostly a time saver, and then you should just know the right places and time to use it, whether it's going to be beneficial to your time and your effort. So with that being said, hope you liked the video. If you found this informative, give me a like and subscribe. I'm trying to drop more content to help the community out with as much information as I possibly can give. And yeah, so until the next one, peace.